What are you doing?
Hey! I'm getting this truck wired up. See all these wires strung out everywhere? We've upgraded this whole truck, the whole wiring system on this truck. Look back here. This is everything that I pulled out of the truck. This is the original fuse block. And it got tapped into, and man, there's just wires running everywhere. And you see this? That's just not cool, man. Not for this caliber truck. So we went in, I pulled all this out. I redone the motor harness to the ECM, from the motor to the ECM. So I've got it all redone, ECM back set, gas pedal back set, motor's wired. We went in and put a American Auto wire kit in. So we've upgraded that. So we got plenty of amperage now. And we're just trying to get that wired up. That's where I'm at right now. All new wiring from bumper to bumper. Show you a fun fact on this truck. Something that you guys probably didn't realize that it didn't have. This truck didn't have a radio. So this is the instrument cluster bezel out of the truck. Never had a radio in it from when it got built. You see here, see they just glued that in. And they smoothed it, they dyed it. So we're gonna put us a new bezel on. I'll re-dye it, and we're gonna put a stereo system in it, be bumping. And these are the old classic instrument that they had in here. And you see, this truck only had 1,028 miles on it. So this truck has lived a long life with no mileage on it. It's like a really hard life with no mileage on it. So these are old school. They were probably cool 10 years ago. They'd probably be cool in like a 350 turbo setup, you know, but it's not cool for what we're doing. So we went in and we got us some Dakotas. We're gonna run the RTX. These things are super, super cool. I highly recommend them. We run them on all of our builds. So they look cool, they look old school, but they got big digital displays and all that good stuff on there. See how they look in the bezel? Still got the cover on them, but. So yeah, we're upgrading that. And you can take a look at what we got going here. There's wires scattered everywhere, but that's what I like. I got my glasses on because I can't see, so. Get over and check it out. I'll show you one thing on the radio over here. Come here. So right here, they cut this out, the dash, middle part of the dash, to get a big CD player in there. Back in the day, probably one of them mid-90s, late 90s things that was cool, which, I mean, that was a good technology back then. So we're gonna have to make a panel here, and we're gonna put a retro sounds in it. We're gonna put 5-inch Rockford Fosgates in here. You see, it was cool. Somebody already cut the holes in it from way back in the day. This is the original panel right here. They took some type of board and they glued to it. But we're gonna go in and I'm gonna cut this back out, and then I'm gonna paint match the bezel, that bezel, and these speaker grills to match this. So we're gonna put, actually 5 1/4 is what we're putting in here in these kick panels. So we're gonna make them look real nice. And we're gonna have hands-free calling, so we'll run up and we'll put a microphone up there, so you can call me when I'm driving it down the road, I'll answer. We're also going to put some 6x9s in the back. We're going to make some panels up out of sheet metal, and we're going to bolt in here, and then we'll wrap them so it'll be 6x9 Fosgates. I'm an Alpine and Fosgate type dude, so that's what I like running. We're also going to put a subwoofer in. So we're going to get us a nice powered subwoofer put down here, have us some bumps, and we're gonna get this thing back alive. So let's try to finish up this wiring. As you can see, I got all my targets are set, everything's ran. I got all my notes, that way I can just shoot across the dash back and forth, and I can just start striking off what's what. So I probably got about another 4 hours of wiring, because I got to pull all my big wires for my starter, my battery. We're gonna have to put some type of master kill switch on it, which is what I'm trying to figure out here today, where I'm gonna mount it, because we're gonna need everything that we're adding to this truck. We're gonna need at least 120 amps to run everything constantly, and I'm talking running at night. So if we're running air ride, we're running the motor, the tranny, the vintage air, AC, your cooling fans. See, we put new cooling fans in. I got the relays up here for the radiator. You're running the cooling fans. I said air ride already. You're bumping. You know, we're cruising down Broadway or something, man. You're bumping too. So we're going to be pulling consistently 120 amps with the lights on, if not 125 to 130. So we got to make sure that we got a big enough master kill switch, and that's why we needed to upgrade the fuse panel, because we're adding a lot more electronics to this thing than was ever in it before. So we're really stepping this truck up, and just continue watching and see how we do this thing, man. Check it out. Hey, what's up? What are we doing, you ask? To the back of this cab? I'll show you. So these square bodies, they don't have a cabin air vent. So when you try to close the door on every one of these, the air pressure can't go anywhere. It stays inside. You gotta slam the door, slam the door. If you crack the window, they shut like they're supposed to. So what we've been doing is taking a fresh air vent out of a modern truck and been putting in the back of these. So I'm gonna cut this in. I got it marked out, and I'm gonna cut this in right here, and then we'll pop it in, and then I'll end up gluing it just to make sure it don't leak, but it can't leak any water or anything. So when you close the door, that air pressure from inside the cab blows right out. Door's closed extremely well. So that's what we're doing today. Bam, look at that fit. Nice. Get this cleaned up. Get some glue shot all the way around that. We'll suck that thing in right there. And then we got positive air cabin pressure. all made up, glued together. So we'll bring it in here. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna have our wires come up here. So that's what we got. I made this like really nice, good tight fit. I don't even know that we're gonna need screws. And then we just slide her on there. You see? I mean, it really ain't moving, so I might just go ahead and put me a couple little small screws here, but that's a nice cover. If they want to wrap it on the finish in here, you can, but I mean, they're never going to be seen, and our wires are protected, so check it out. Store open, DieboldAutoBody.com. Check us out at DieboldAutoBody.com. We got sock caps, ball caps, Richardson style hats. We got long sleeve, short sleeve, long sleeve, short sleeve, and 2 different designs. We got a gas monkey look going on here. Check us out, DieboldAutoBody.com. Get your merch on today.